Good evening and welcome back to Beyond Today for Tomorrow. I'm your host, Valerie, and this evening we're going to get a brief update on my journey with my thyroid cancer treatment. And we're going to have massage therapist James Roberts on with us tonight. He's going to share his story with us. So buckle in, sit back. I believe you're in for a treat. Welcome back. This is your host, Valerie, and this is Beyond Today for Tomorrow. So, as I shared with you all last week, this week I was beginning my radioactive iodine treatment for my thyroid cancer. And let me tell you, it has been a little nerve-wracking. I'm going to be transparent. Just, wondering, what are the side effects of this treatment? Is this the right move? I've already received a second opinion, and the doctor did agree with my endocrinologist's treatment plan. So I feel at ease there. But I've just been on this low iodine diet. I haven't been taking my medication. So we're trying to do everything possible to help my body absorb the radioactive iodine that I'll be taking tomorrow morning. And so I've been on a low iodine diet. I have come off my thyroid medicine, which really made me nervous because as soon as they found out about the cancer, they were like, make sure you take your medicine every morning. So I'm like, okay. But she promises this is okay. And honestly, I wonder, okay, I've done all this prep and I went yesterday and I got booster shot number 1, gave me a little headache and made me a little felt a little tired, but I got through it. Then I went back this morning and I got booster shot number 2 and I actually felt pretty good all day long. I'm going to be interested to see when it's time for me to go to bed tonight if I actually go to sleep, because the booster was actually like a spike in my TSH. And so TSH, if you have a very high TSH, or suppressed TSH, it's going to make you have the jitters and you're going to feel wired when you're really exhausted. So, but my doctor warned me about that. And so I've been dealing with constipation, and that is a journey within itself, but she told me to expect that. So as long as I kind of have an idea or ballpark range, what I should look out for in terms of interaction side effects, I feel comfortable. It's just when you have those unexpected things that pop up that make me nervous and concerned. And of course, when I went to do my independent research based on the information, about the shots, about the treatment plan, of course, you can always find that. I'm a true believer that on the internet, you can always find material to either support your theory or scare the hell out of you, one or two ways. And I try to do my best to stay away from the opinions of people in terms of people who are just very close-minded about science. And I try to look for evidence base. So I guess that's my analytical mind at work, because I feel like if I have a research pool and if I can see that the participants were it was a pretty diverse participant group, then I can feel comfortable with some of the study's findings. So I try to look for documents, like I think I said, like from the Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, in any medical universities. I look to see what studies they've done and what they've actually seen. Because I feel like if I can look at fact base, it doesn't mean that it's going to always work out correctly. It just means that I am armed with more knowledge to help me make a more informed decision. So I've been doing that. And so I'm nervous as heck, but I am prayed up about it. I've prayed about it, and I'm going to go forth in faith tomorrow morning, and we're going to go from there. So let's get into the show. Last week, I told you all that I was going to have massage therapist James Roberts on the show. His business is named Healing Hands Massage Therapy. I really, really, really liked this young man when I met him. He just was very respectful. He seemed very knowledgeable. And I feel like if we're going to tear down some stereotypes and barriers and better educate ourselves on how to take care of ourselves, we have to have conversations with people that we normally don't encounter. I know we see all the little massage envies or the local studios pop up or the chiropractor studios pop up, but I think it would be good to hear from someone who has a real good knowledge and background in the industry itself. So I'm going to read you guys James's bio. James has lived in the Dallas area most of his life. He's the proud father of 3 boys that love sports just like their dad. A true Renaissance man. While getting his bachelor's in business management, James also pursued an associate's degree in sports therapy from SMU. Way to go, Mustangs. James also played college football. After college, he went on to play professional football for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We won't hold that against him. And later, he came back and played for the DeSoto Golden Eagles. That's nice to know. After his playing career, James graduated from ATI Massage School as a licensed medical massage, and sports therapist. He specializes in deep tissue, Swedish massages, pain management massages, sports massages, trigger points, energy, and ACE massage cupping. Due to his background in athletics, as well as his enormous skills as a therapist, James is able to relate to injuries of his patients are recovering from, as well as he is able to help provide the highest possible level of care and empathy. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into it with James Roberts.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Sean from Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out. And then I scroll back to Will Smith and I'm like, let me just see it. Because sometimes he does those videos that are like all technology driven. So he has a picture of him jogging, right? He's jogging in like a overcast scene. And he's on the road. I don't know if it's a track or a road. And he says, he would say, what would you write on here? I put some of the most important journeys have to be traveled alone. And damn if Will Smith didn't like my damn post.
What? No, he did.
At one point, the dude had 20,000 comments, and I had the only like.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio.
I was asking Jay, you couldn't hear me. I was asking, how did your meeting go yesterday?
I killed it. Everything was great. Yeah,
it went great. It went great. It went great after I told him it was going to go great. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. Then we had a little side meeting and for work, a Zoom. Had to do a Zoom call.
It went amazing. After I told him he wasn't listening to me. But go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
People still be nervous. Got a Zoom call.
Oh no, it's amazing. It's amazing. I actually predicted everything that was going on, but what was going to go on in Jay Black's Zoom meeting with 50 people. But go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Sometimes we underestimate ourselves.
Oh, but it's amazing that actually I was 1,000%, 1,000,000,000,000% right. Oh, Jay, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, and it worked out super. It was great, actually. Rave reviews.
Yeah, it's amazing that I told them that having 50 people on a Zoom meeting means nothing as long as you have confidence and you know you've been doing this for over 20 years. Oh, go your turn, Jay.
Yeah.
Your turn.
So just talking to people, it was natural. It came natural for me. So
Yeah.
it was good.
Yep.
So all that. Yeah. So it's good.
So all that being said, the thing that Michael Sean said was absolutely 1,000% right. Yes.
Mike was correct. Good morning, Miss Bush.
Oh,
Good morning.
whoa. Everybody pause.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
You got it on tape.
Wait a second.
You got it on
You
tape.
said what, Jay Black?
Oh, I didn't even realize I said that.
What, you said who was right?
Michael Sean had some good advice.
Welcome back. So I believe James Roberts has joined us. How are you doing this evening, James?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for being able to join us on Beyond Today for tomorrow. I was telling everyone that when I met you, I just really liked your energy. I loved your professionalism. I enjoyed our conversation because normally I hate to talk during a massage. And the fact that I was engaging in conversation, I was like, oh, he knows his stuff. He's good.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Thank you.
You're so welcome. So as I told you, I wanted to have you on my live to discuss and give you a platform to share your knowledge, promote your business, and tell us more about yourself, James. What led you to Healing Hands Massage Therapy?
Okay. So first, my name is James Roberts. I'm a licensed massage therapist and a master massage therapist. And licensed with the master massage therapist just means that I have accrued enough credits to be an instructor for massage therapy.
Okay.
And of course, the licensed massage therapy in Texas allows me to practice all over the state of Texas. What led me to the business I have now was just a little bit of my background. I played professional sports. I played high school as well as college. And then I also played pro and overseas. And during that time, I accrued a lot of injuries. I had a torn ACL, torn MCL, subluxed shoulder. I've broken most of all 10 of my fingers.
Oh, wow.
Most of them. And so I accrued a lot of injuries during my time of playing this sport. And during that process, I've learned that without massage and other alternative medicines, I would have never made it as far as I was able to go. And just seeing that and being in it and being involved in it, going through the rehab process for surgery, gave me a better.
Okay, I think we had a connection issue or having a connection issue. James? Oh, okay. I think James got disconnected. We'll give him a few minutes and maybe he can connect back with us.
Hello?
Okay, yes. So you broke up there. Hello? Think you broke up.
Okay, so I mean, basically, I've had a lot of injuries. I've had a lot of injuries that have helped me get a better understanding of why massage therapy and physical therapy, those things are necessary in our everyday lives, not just for for pleasure or relaxation. methods, but for
Uh-huh.
holistic method as well.
Okay. Well, we have a question from the gallery. Miss Louise Cunningham wants to know, how often should an individual get a massage?
So massage is based upon how your everyday life, what activities you are involved in. If you are moderately athletic or into working out, then you should be getting massages once every week to once every 2 weeks. Those
Mm-hmm.
who have chronic issues or work at a desk, which is probably 80 to 90% of the people,
Yes.
should be seeing a massage therapist at least once a week. Um,
Okay.
it's about as vital as putting gas in your car.
So that leads to my next question. Tell us some of the benefits of massage therapy.
So massage therapy basically is the manipulation of tissue and lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is the top portion of the skin that sits on top of the sebaceous gland. It's basically when you get chills on your arms, that is the lymphatic system. It's that soft. So
Okay.
what massage does is it helps to move toxins and the lymphatic system itself so that you may flush, recover, heal faster. Um, our bodies were made to heal on its own without help of
Exactly.
medicine or anything outside. Our bodies are self-healing mechanism. Um, and so massage is just another alternative medicine that is used to help the body speed up the process of healing.
Okay. So you were mentioning your recovery. So tell me, what's the difference between massage therapy and physical therapy? Or are they one and the same?
For the most part, they are one and the same because they're used to reach the same goal. In
Okay.
retrospects, massage deals with the muscle tissue and connectivity of the muscle, and then physical therapy deals with the bones. More than
Okay.
likely, it's they both go hand in hand. Um,
Okay.
I know a lot of physical therapists don't like massage because a lot of physical therapists they cross over their platform and they like to implement massage into their physical therapy, but you can't have one without the other. They're both
Okay.
very intricate in recovery of the muscles as well as from any injuries or surgeries or stuff of that nature.
Okay. So I know I have friends who do work out, who are very athletic, but they are hesitant or shy about massages. They are maybe uncomfortable with letting someone touch them intimately, as in the massage. What would you say to someone who is hesitant about even exploring massages as an option?
Well, especially those who work out. My advice to them is you pay a lot of money for supplements. You pay a lot of money for your membership to a gym. You pay a lot of money for a lot of things that help you reach your goals. Um, Massage is just one of those necessary tools that will help you reach your goals where they need to be. Um, and I think people need to understand that massage goes hand in hand with weight loss, with mobility and joint function.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of that stuff goes hand in hand to the point where if you really want to do it correctly, if you really want to lose the weight, if you really want to improve muscle capabilities, massage can do that. Doing a massage weekly for bodybuilders, because I have a lot of bodybuilders as clients, actually helps tone their muscles faster.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. What about improving range of motion? I know some people are into yoga and they're trying to increase their flexibility. Would this be a tool that goes with that goal, or would this be a separate goal?
No, absolutely. This is a tool that would go with that goal because, like I was saying, range of motion, if the muscles are not released or if they're not let loose, then you can't reach the maximum amount of stretch that you need. So what happens is the muscles, when you're being massaged, it basically heats up the muscles and brings blood circulation to that muscle. When it does that, it increases the elasticity of the muscle. When the muscle has increased elasticity, you can stretch it a lot further than you have before.
Okay.
That in turn increases your mobility or your range of motion.
Okay. So thank you. So how do you go about developing a treatment plan for your clients?
Okay. So what I do is it basically it's customized to the client needs and what their limitations are. And I basically sit down with each person and I ask what areas of focus do they need? What are their goals in the treatment? What are they trying to get to? Say for instance, we take someone who has had limited range of motion in the arms and shoulder where it causes frozen shoulder syndrome. Their goal is to reach full range of motion again, and we come up with a treatment plan where they get multiple massages a week so that we can start to break up scar tissue in the ball and socket joint of the shoulder so that we can start to move and manipulate that shoulder to where we can get it back to full range of motion.
Okay.
Those are just a couple of things. Yeah.
So in that same line of reasoning, so like, let's say you had a client that maybe is having restless legs or restless nerves or rolling nerves. Do you apply the same principle, or will it even benefit,
Yes, definitely will. So, like I said, massage has so many healing properties to it. It's amazing that a lot of people have not caught on to it just yet. Um, Take, for instance, restless leg syndrome. Most of the time, that's due from a nerve issue or blockage of circulation to the legs. Massage not only helps that, but it can get rid of restless leg syndrome because that is due to the muscle being so tight that it stems on the top of the nervous system and it stops that nervous system from relaying the message back to the brain that relays it to the leg. And so by working the muscle and getting it to release, you take the pressure off of that nerve that sits underneath it, which allows communication back to the head or to the brain.
So in the treatment plans that you develop for your clients, do you also discuss diet and exercises that will help complement the massages they're receiving?
Absolutely. I don't want to be a one trick pony when I do massages. I know a lot of people want everything to be healed the first time they get a massage, and sometimes it happens and sometimes it does not. But what I always want to do is give people preventative things that they can do on their own to help increase their chances of the massage lasting a lot longer, or increase the range of motion, or to work out any kinks that they will get further on down the line where they won't have to see me as much. And so I do go over things that they do. For instance, like I'll take, for example, where we talked about how most humans sleep at night, right? So most people sleep in a crouched position, kind of a cradle position where their knees are bent and their spine is bent. Well, like I showed you, that is exactly the same angle you are in when you're sitting at a desk for 8 to 12 hours a day.
Absolutely. I remember you telling me that.
Right. And so a lot of people having back issues or lower back issues is due in part, a large part of it, to their sleeping habits, right? And so I always give advice on how to sleep different, where falling asleep on your back may be difficult, but if you take something like a bolster pillow or a foam roller, anything you could do, even um, rolling up a
I think we're
large
losing you, James, a little bit.
towel and putting it underneath your knees and starting to retrain yourself to sleep. But I'm not seeing me. All right, am I back?
Yes, you're back. So you were talking
Okay.
about the sleeping.
Correct. And so just giving small tips that I have figured out from my own experiences on how to sleep and how to retrain yourself to sleep can improve your lower back issues like night and day.
Okay. So, and I guess when you talked about the nerves and the nerves not responding, is that also your approach when dealing with someone who's dealing with chronic pain?
Yes. And so
Okay.
for my fibromyalgia patients, which I see a lot of them, because the fibromyalgia is a syndrome where they're always in pain. The nervous systems are fight or flight all the time. And so every little thing, every little touch, every tender touch, it's very tender for them. We explain ways of how constantly getting on a plan with massage can help you combat that. And so through massage, they're able to live a normal life without as much pain as they would taking a type of medication for my fibromyalgia. By the way, most of those medications are beta blockers. Most people don't know what beta blockers are. They basically block the nervous system from sending the signal to the brain stating that. And so those are just ways that massage
we lost you a little bit on the explanation on beta blockers. That's okay. Okay, so tell me, what's your most requested massage?
For the most part, it's deep tissue.
Okay.
I specialize in deep tissue.
And how safe is it to get, how safe is and how frequently is it to get a deep tissue massage?
It just depends. If you are the type of person that works out every day and your muscles get tight very frequently, then deep tissue, I would recommend it maybe once every 2 weeks. It's not the type of massage that you want to get over and over multiple times in a week, because it's basically a stripping of the muscles. And it's not a deep pressure, it's a deep tissue. And a lot of therapists, they do deep pressure. It's a difference between deep pressure and deep tissue. Deep tissue, we're actually working each muscle fiber separately and stripping the fiber itself. So whatever that striation of the muscle is, say for instance, the muscle of, let's go with the scapula, because everybody has this issue. The muscle on the scapula runs horizontal, right?
And for us who don't know, the medical term scapula is
the shoulder blade.
All right, let's go shoulder blade.
So on the shoulder blade, the muscle fibers run horizontal, almost like stripes, right? And so as a therapist that is doing deep tissue, we would take our finger and we would literally strip each muscle fiber in the shoulder blade.
Okay.
And it is a deep pressure, but it's also very detailed work. That's what deep tissue is. It's very detailed work. And I
Okay.
mean, you don't feel like you've been beat up afterwards. That is a
Okay.
norm. It's like a workout without a working out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, as a former athlete and as a parent, what advice would you give parents to help their young athletes now start taking care of their bodies to avoid some of the injuries and especially for those athletes who are injury prone?
My
Because I'm
advice,
sure breaking all 10 of your fingers was not normal.
no, it wasn't.
Okay.
A lot of that was foolishness in high school, playing football and just not giving a crap about my body and what I needed to do to win the game. That's pretty much it. Uh, uh, I broke 2 fingers at one time trying to stick them in somebody's face mask to push it off, and they went down with my fingers with it.
Okay.
But the advice I want to give to parents as well as people who are, you know, coming up young athletes is that massage, chiropractic adjustments are very vital to your growth plate. They're very vital to making sure your spine aligns correctly so that you don't have future issues, especially for athletes that lift weights. It's very important that you have your spine aligned correctly. But not only that, that the muscles are released so that they can reach their full capacity.
Okay.
Now, I have 3 sons of my own, 18, 16, and 12, and I always implemented massage and chiropractic from a younger age for them because I understood what it did for me older. As I got older, it made a huge difference in being able to get out of the bed after a football game and not being able to get out of the bed from a football game.
Right.
It can
And
speed up.
that's important
Yes.
because I went to a chiropractor in South Lake once, and I noticed that there were a lot of student athletes from their local schools that were there for their weekly appointments. And I'm like, well, I wonder, are we doing that on the other side of town? Because this is
Right.
something that's really vital to take care of our bodies. Because I mean, just because our children play high impact sports, we need to be able to teach them how to properly take care of their bodies starting now, so they can continue as they continue to perform and grow. So thank you for
correct.
that. So I have 2 final questions. It's almost like the angel and the devil, but I'm going to go with the angel. So share a success story that confirmed to you were on the right track with your business, with the Healing Hands.
So I'll share the story that brought Healing Hands about. When I first got out of massage school, I went to the School of Parker College for my second degree. My first degree was already in anatomy and physiology. I got that from SMU. And then I went back to do the necessary hours to become a massage therapist. And Parker was offering a huge program that went beyond the basic hours that was needed for the test.
Okay.
When I first got at Massage Envy, I was brand new. I didn't know anything outside of what I was taught in class. I had no certifications. I got stuck with a brand new patient, and she was having just normal issues, neck and shoulder. And as I started her session with her, I was starting from the head, neck, and shoulders, and she started crying. And I immediately stopped. And I was like, ma'am, is there a problem? Are you okay? Is the pressure too much? And she said, no, keep going. And so I kept going, but I noticed she was still crying as I was going. And so I intentionally stopped and just said, hey, man, maybe we should not do this massage. And she says, no, please, you must keep going, because every time you continue to work on me, as you're touching me, I can see my dead son.
Oh my goodness.
And so, backstory, her son died overseas. He was in the Army. And ironically enough, his name was James.
Oh,
And
wow.
so for 5 years that I was at Massage Envy, this lady would come in once a month to get this massage from me. And she just basically dubbed it as Healing Hands, because it allowed her to see her son again. And
oh, wow.
it was very powerful for me. And I had been told during school that I had a natural energy technique. I didn't really, go that far into it or realize it until that particular moment, to where I was able to, tap into whatever natural energy I had and transfer this to her so that she could. And so from that point on, that name stuck with me.
Thank you,
And it
Shawnee.
became the mantra for my mobile business.
Nice. Remember I told you, I was like, I think you were at my feet. You were working my legs and my feet, and it kind of was like an X at first. And as you continue to work, it's like I just saw like this white light. And I was like, whoa. And like that lower back pain that I had, it was gone. I was like, wow. I'm like, you really did deliver healing hands for sure. So I was like, no. I'm like, I have to tell people about you. I have to tell people how to the benefits of massage. And as Shawnee pointed out, tell us, how can we find you? What social media platforms? Where can we find you?
Okay, so you can reach me on Instagram at Healing Hands _massage _mobile. You can also reach me on Thumbtack as well. If you go underneath Thumbtack, you should be able to see me. I'm one of the top therapists in the area. Also, if you just Google Healing Hands Mobile Massage, I should pop up.
Okay.
That way as well. Also, if you like to take down my number, you can reach me directly at 469-338-9044. And you can schedule directly with me anytime. The schedule allows it to. But also, I wanted to point out something. You made a great point about the South Lake kids, because I work out in South Lake. I partner with a chiropractor. And we see South Lake Dragons every week. Kids, their parents are constantly bringing their kids in, and you're absolutely correct. It does not happen on this side of the ball. Like the kids on the organization that I coach, I introduce them to chiropractic adjustments and massage. But that does not happen on our side. You don't see the Duncanville, the Carters, and all these other black high schools telling their kids, hey, you got to go see a chiropractor, or you need to be seeing a massage therapist regularly.
Exactly.
And that makes the big difference, because these kids out in South Lake, they're fully developed, and people are like, man, what they got some kind of farm out there? No,
exactly. They're playing and performing at a whole different level because of the resources they have at their disposal. I'm telling you, there are kids that are playing, football, basketball, golf, you name it. Their parents are investing in personal trainers, chiropractors, dietitians, all to help them perform at their optimal level. And these kids are learning this at a young age. And Shawnee, to answer your question, some insurances will cover this, because I have found out through my my medical situation that If you call, most insurance plans have nurses assigned to your particular policy, and they can help you find community resources that you need. And sometimes I do know the parents are paying out of pocket, but I do know sometimes the insurance will cover this. And this is another benefit that we don't know. But what confirmed for me that James was definitely someone that I wanted to have on this show, we were talking and we both connected on the phrase, our health is our wealth. Because if we're not taking care of ourselves and our bodies in the manner in which we were created to do, we are basically squandering our wealth. Because it just takes little changes. And if we continue to build on the little changes, we'll see big impact. So James, I want to thank you for coming on Beyond Today for Tomorrow. I truly enjoyed our conversation. I hope to have you on again at some other point. I will be scheduling my massage
Most
for July.
definitely.
So I'll pop up on your schedule or in your text. So I hope you have a great evening. I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate that. And most definitely, I look forward to coming on here and giving more knowledge, because that's what we need. We need to be able to give this information out, because a lot of the times it's not that we don't know, it's that we are not giving it. And so, and a lot of times we don't want to give this information out. We don't want to share it. And that's the difference between them and us, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, they'll share it in a minute. So we have to get better with making our message known. So you have a great evening, and thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that is our show for this evening. Next week, tune in next week, because I do want to talk. I'm going to have my son on. Kylan will join me, and we're going to talk about his autism. You guys may not can see it, but tonight I have on a t-shirt that says, I love someone with autism. And let me tell you, yes, Kylan is my ride or die, but he has exposed me to seeing the world from a different perspective and understanding his autistic diagnosis. Took a lot of work. When he was first diagnosed with epilepsy, you should have seen the resources that were being thrown at us. There were support groups, there were, blogs, there were books, there was all sorts of material. But 20 plus years ago, it was like, we have the art station, where they were helping him learn how to communicate as a youth and express himself through art. However, there were no resources really to help him transition from childhood to teenage to adult. I think it's just now that we are finding therapists and psychiatrists that specifically work with individuals with autism. So tune in next week. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's show, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye-bye.